Probably Shelby goes and they come in to sneak peek on that and announce it at our bash. And we did specialty drinks with it at the event. Every year if the team Shelby bash in Las Vegas, we're supposed to limit it to 400 and end up being 400.
Huepa, gente, estamos aquí en el booth de Shelby American y vamos a hablar con Garry Patterson, que es el presidente de Shelby American, que nos va a hablar del GT350 nuevo que lo tenemos aquí.
No, you don't have this jacket.
Mine doesn't have a bar.
Yeah.
I just have the describe them.
Yeah,
and then it has a accordion.
Yeah. We make these because next week, Gary's going with us. We're taking, there's 34 of us going to we do VIP experiences around the country with Monterey. So this is Garry Patterson, president of Shelby American. So they're going to mic you up.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to do the interview with you.
Good.
And so, as we mentioned, he wants an introduction and overview of why you brought the car back, what it means for the 60th anniversary, and then a walk around to the car. And then we'll do the same thing with the 350. Do you need any talking points?
No. Can you get with Mario though? Make sure we get the key for that car.
Yes, sir.
When you can. So, and your name was?
Hi, my name is Hector Garcia.
Hector.
Yeah, Hector Garcia.
Hector.
We are representing Mustang Group from Puerto Rico.
Oh, very good. I like the hat.
Oh, thank you.
See, I got my 500 jacket on key too, and
we're owners
we got
of
this. See, you have that stuff too.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have some of that?
GT500.
You?
We also have a
350?
GT350.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I have a GT. I am the president for Mustang Group Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
And my wife is president too.
Yeah.
And part of the crew. I have Mustangs, love Mustangs.
Our entire life, we own Mustang.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm a GT, Cobra, Shelby, 2011 Shelby, a 2013 Shelby, a 2020 Shelby, and all the Shelbys we want to.
And you guys don't have the Shelbys, but you got Mustangs.
Yeah.
So I can help you with your answer. Not yet.
Okay.
So that gives you hope for the next thing, right?
Yeah.
Right, Hector? So, and I couldn't afford a Shelby in the beginning either. So it's okay. But I still had my first car.
Exactly.
You know, when I was 16, I bought a used 69 Mach 1 Mustang, 428 Cobra Jet, and I still own it.
And when did you meet Carol Shelby?
When did I meet Carol Shelby?
Yeah.
So the first time I met Carol was probably 1986. We went to a big convention, and I brought my Mach 1, and it was nice to be able to meet Carol Shelby there. But never dreamed that there would be a Shelby American again.
Exactly.
Doing this, right? But you never know, right? So one thing led to another, and
an amazing history. Then Harry, we want to know about your new baby, the new baby of the company. It's a
so
350. Can you tell us?
It's a 350. So 60 years ago, we came out with a 65 GT350. Very special car. And if you can find one of those 562 cars, right, and they're in excellent shape, they bring between 500,000 and $1 million.
Skyrocketed.
They skyrocketed in price, but they were too expensive at the time at like $59.95. But that was a lot of money in '65.
Exactly.
It was more than twice the price of a standard Mustang.
Okay.
So is this, right? So really, a lot of this stuff repeats itself, except for this car is really the next one, the next level. It's the most powerful, fastest GT350 we've ever produced. Okay? So that's what we wanted when we had a vision for what the 25 model year car would be for the anniversary. It should be the fastest and the most powerful. Carol Shelby used to say, "Hi, I'm Carol Shelby, and performance is my business."
Yeah.
Performance continues to be our business. So at 810 horsepower is only part of it.
Yeah.
So if you really look at this car as we walk around, you'll see, a whole new hood. So we designed this hood for this car. It's a whole new hood. It's not a sticker. It's not a scoop. It's actually a whole new hood. What we've also tried to look at is function. So if you look at springs and struts and sway bars and all those kind of things, and the wheel and tire package that's on its car, it's all about function. But we also walked around. We did, things like the wing, which is an option, with the ductile spoiler. So when we looked at the car, we liked it, but we wanted to see things a little bit different. If you look at the front grille, it's got its own unique, front grille that makes it look like the Shelby. Because there's a lot of people that modify Mustangs. Look around here at Colorado, right? Well, there's those guys. There's Rouse, Saleen, there's Steeda. There's plenty of other people that do it. But when you look at this car, you want to look at it and say, okay, that's a Shelby, right? When you look at that car, so it's a Super Snake over there. It's got the look, right? So you see some lines that are very similar in the grille. A stripe package that's also very similar. You look at the body lines of that car, you look at the body lines of this car, you see the same ductile spoiler, a little different style wing, different wheels. That's got magnesium wheels. This has aluminum wheels, but the rear diffuser, the exhaust, it's got a look, it's got a sound, and it's a Shelby. Right? So if you look in the interior, you've got very unique stitching in the seats, the leather seats. Obviously the badging, floor mats and things like that, but it also has the unique Shelby serial number. So if you look on the badge, it's got the Shelby serial number. Well, we have in our company records what Ford VIN number goes with the Shelby VIN number. So that way, if somebody took this car and stole all the parts off of it and put it on their car, we would know that by the serial number,
don't match.
it's not the same. So this one's real, that one's not, right? But that protects people's investment.
Exactly.
Right? Especially, no matter, we have a lot of problems in the United States with people that try to, copy and stuff our cars. You may find that in Puerto Rico, and people won't be as knowledgeable because you guys are from somewhere else, but you'll know, right? And you can always check with our registry people and say, okay, this looks fishy to me, doesn't look right. Is it the real thing? And they can at least tell by serial number whether it is or not.
You need to match.
It always takes a vehicle inspection, obviously, to do those kind of things. So, but when you drive this car, it's got, the Shelby feel and look. So you get out on the track, you see other cars out there, we usually just gobble them up on the racetrack.
But speaking about driving, I noticed that this car is an enthusiast car.
Yeah.
Because
it's a manual transmission.
And
That's
everyone that wants high power, high performance car, they usually go with a dual clutch automatics.
Right.
You keep the standard. So this is an enthusiast car.
Correct.
Can you explain?
So let me explain. So I've been a big enthusiast my whole life. From the 69 Mach 1, you have to ship that car too, right?
Exactly.
It's when you have a manual transmission, you're very engaged in the driving experience. You got to know how to run the pedals.
More part of the car. Yeah.
So from an enthusiast standpoint, that's good. For a performance standpoint, usually the manual transmissions are better than the automatics when you're running a road course.
Exactly.
The automatics are actually very good right now, and most effective, 10 speeds, getting through the quarter mile, actually quicker. Okay? But on a road course, you want to stay away from that because of heat in the transmission and stuff like that. However, the DCT, you mentioned that, very different than an automatic. So a DCT is actually a dual clutch, right? Which is a manual transmission run by a computer. And for sheer speed, that is actually faster than manual. But it's not necessarily as fun and engaging, right?
That's the fun factor.
So if you really want to go fast, the DCT is really good. But if you want to be engaged in the driving experience, which you are most of the time, then I love the manual transmission. So we wanted to offer manual transmission. It's got a little better shifter in that one.
The only way.
This one, we offered automatic or manual. Okay. This one is manual. The 350R that we're going to see in a little bit only available manual transmission.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That's the main
but that's an R. So for the race, like we had 36 of those in 65, we're building 36 for 25 of that car. We'll build a couple hundred of these cars.
Oh, okay.
What's the main difference between this
A lot. We will talk about that when we're up there. But the R model, it's a different hood, different front fenders, different fascia, different splitter. We've got different
exhaust.
wheel, different exhaust that comes out the side. The brakes are actually different too. So in that particular car, we're developing a Trans Am race car for next year.
Oh, okay.
But we took some components off of the race car that we're going to be developing, like the Alcon brakes, and we put it on the R model GT350.
Okay.
It also has a full carbon fiber tub instead of carpeting.
Oh.
Okay, so from the, you'll see that when you get up there, from the front of the footwell clear to the front of the back seats, all carbon fiber trim. Okay, so there's a lot of difference between a 350 and a 350R. This is the fastest 350. The 350R, even faster.
You have the same horsepower?
A little more horsepower than the 350R, a little over 830. This is only, I say that quote, only
Okay.
810. So, you know, you may need that to get to work. 810 horsepower. Just saying. So, car's very fast. We found it on the track to be faster than the older, not very much older, GT500. A little more power. And we put it down very well with the new S650 chassis. So, independent rear suspension, and, you know, a lot of things like that help you. This one is not. It is a with the shifter modified MT82. Okay. So on some of the models, we do use the Tremec 3160, which is great for the small block. Or you can run like a TR6060, which is an even stronger manual transmission. But the DCT that was in the GT500s just a short time ago, those are Tremec 9070 transmissions. Okay, so that's the different models that we're talking about.
We know.
Okay, so you guys are familiar with it.
Yeah,
Good. That's good.
And what exotic materials you use? Carbon fiber, magnesium?
Yeah, so we do some of that stuff. These were just aluminum wheels, but they're lighter weight aluminum wheels, Shelby brand, Shelby center caps, things like that. But we found the Brembo brakes to be good because a lot of the stuff that we'll use international, we wanted a brake company that would also be international. Brembo is a great brake.
Yeah.
Very good, very effective, and serviceable in places like Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So I don't know how much you have with Alcon, but Alcon's a very good company too. But that's the brakes that we have for the Trans Am race car and for the 350R.
A lot more expensive than carbon, right?
Well, yeah, so a little bit different. So that has the magnesium wheels on that, but it has a different brake rotor, even though we run the stock caliper. So there's a lot of little things that we do that are different. But we do a lot of track testing too. You guys saw the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
Yeah.
How many more than once? all of you should be raising your hand, right? You know, me more than once. Probably more than this. Right? Yeah. So lots of times. But, you know, we do a lot of track testing. It's good to look at things on paper. It's good to test them. It's good to pass all these government tests and things like that to make sure that they're good. However, you still have to take the stuff to the track and validate it and make sure it's really going to work. So back in the day when they were, you know, testing that GT40 in the movie, and they put the yarn on the car, we still do stuff like that. Wow. Sometimes, right? You have to basically validate the data that you're seeing in the computer.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? And we've had other people that they come in and everybody wants to put their brand with Shelby, right? So they offer us different products. We test those products. We make sure that they do what they say. Okay. So we have a carbon fiber wheel company. Okay, very good. Less money than Carbon Revolution that supplied the carbon fiber wheels for the GT500. Okay, well, let's look at that. Passes all the data, all the testing. They tested their car at the track. They wanted to put Shelby on their product. We said, oh, no, not yet. We have to test. Okay. We take it to the car, to the track. About 8 laps later, wheel breaks. Why is that different? Okay. Well, it didn't have the heat shield that it needed for the brake caliper that's 3 millimeters from the barrel of the wheel.
Wow.
It breaks. Okay. So you have to make sure that all that. So even though it passes the data test, doesn't mean it's going to pass the acid test that we get. Right. So I drive professionally, drove for Carol. Vince LaViolette, he also drives. Okay. So between the two of us, he does more of the driving now than I do, which kind of bothers me, you know, because that's a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, we both drive, and we both have a little bit different driving style, which is good too. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. But then we kind of also know what works, what doesn't work. In our partnership with what we're developing at Trans Am, the chief engineer at Turnkey Automotive that we're partnering with, he and his son are drivers as well. And his son races Trans Am professionally. So when they test the car, then they have a different thing that they look at too. So we make sure that it feels good. You turn the wheel, or turns, okay? And a lot better than any other Mustang you're ever going to drive. So that's pretty cool. Because we can't disappoint you guys, right?
No.
We got to get you guys that have regular Mustang. Nothing wrong with the regular.
No problem.
Okay? But you got to go to Shelby, right? Even better. So, but that's good. And we're glad you guys are here. Okay.
Shelby, the name is, for most of the people, that's the name that we try to envision as the top of the Mustang.
It's something you aspire to, right? So aspiring is the vision. That was me too, right? When I was in school, right, as a child growing up, maybe a teenager, 2 things on the wall. Really hot girl, right?
Okay.
Really fast car.
Okay.
Right? 427 Cobra, GT350, GT500, you know? And some good girls.
And thank you for continuing the legacy.
Yes.
Carol Shelby.
Right. So Carol Shelby, and the other thing I'd like to talk a little bit about is, if you looked at that movie, Ford versus Ferrari, there was Henry Ford II, there was Carol Shelby. But the people that made those cars and made that movie and made that car win at the races was all the other people. So you look at the Ken Miles and the Phil Remington and some of the other key people on the team. We have a good team of people at Shelby, right? It's not just the guy in the corner office.
Oh, of
happens to be me, but I have a good team of people that we work with, okay? And we're enthusiasts, not just people with a fancy degree on the wall. We're enthusiasts just like you, okay? So we go out, we drive the cars and all that, right? Makes all the difference in the world. We got car people running a car company, right? And my wife is a big Shelby enthusiast too. Before I even met her, she owned a 68 GT500 KR Shelby, right? So it's great stuff. It's nice when you have wives that are supportive and run the camera and everything. Did you drive the car too?
Yeah, he had a Mustang.
See? Yeah. That's very important. Good job. Good job, Roberto. Right? How about your wife? Right?
She doesn't, not that much, but she enjoys it. Yeah,
as long as she's good.
She likes the car, but you know, it's not an enthusiast as I want to, but it's okay.
It's okay. That's all right too. So you got to have good partners in this thing. You guys got any questions for me?
Oh, I think that you covered most of the. Probably, if you have any performance numbers that you can share with us.
Yeah, performance-wise, was capable of
you know, because back then in Puerto Rico, we don't have tracks. We have,
Right.
yeah, we only quarter mile. So that's the most important thing for most of the Puerto Ricans to know if the car
Well,
has a
depends.
straight line. I know it's a
Right.
drag
It's
car.
very capable.
Yeah, but
I don't have any great numbers for you for this car yet, but it's going to be in that mid 3 range to 60. So with the
That's
rear wheel
excellent.
drive, that's very quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure with maybe a good drag radial something, it should run 10-second quarter miles.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. It has the power.
Yeah.
So, in fact, my '07 Super Snake, I say mine because I bought it. So I'm an enthusiast, right? I have Shelby's too, right? So I had first of the '07 Concept Super Snakes, and they took that car to the track in '07
Okay.
and ran it with a set of drag rails. It went 1087 to 134.
Oh. Wow.
Right?
Wow.
17 years ago.
oh my God,
Yeah.
that's a heavy car.
So you had to be careful. When you take off with it, you can't give it too much because otherwise it spins even slick tires.
Okay.
And then what we found was if you hold it to the floor and shift it into second, it spins too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to breathe it just a little bit going into second. But by the
Back
time
up.
you get to third, oh yeah, you
Yeah.
go right to third gear, right? And then fourth gear, you finish in fourth gear.
Yeah.
134 miles.
Yeah, I own a 2013.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a monster.
Yeah, and it goes the quarter mile in turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that because
See,
it had long.
the gear ratios are different in your transmission.
Exactly.
You have a Tremec 6060. Okay, that one, the third gear is much more tall. So, but you can still get there in third gear. Right?
Exactly. And also, as I told you, that I noticed that this is an enthusiast car because I own a 2013 and a 2020. And for me, I told my friends that the 2013, because it's stick for me, I like it more.
It's more engaging.
Yeah.
The 2020 is a monster, but it's more like a sports car.
But see, you're very fortunate
Yeah,
because you can have both.
yeah, both experience.
Right?
Yeah, it's a very different
That's the best.
experience.
Yeah.
7 minutes and we got our
7 minutes? Oh, okay. I have another call, I guess, in a few
No
minutes.
problem.
But anyway,
Appreciate it.
it's an honor to meet you guys, and we're going to see you up on stage afterward a little bit. We'll go through the 350R and
cool.
show you that.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're videoing and stuff, we can show you under the hood. We could do that here too, but it's basically looks the same, close to the same under the hood. But that one's got a few more really cool bits, carbon fiber bits, and you'll see it when we get up there, the reservoirs for the shocks and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's really
Appreciate it,
cool.
sir.
Thank you.
It was an honor.
Really good.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Take a hood. Come on, give us a see, Betsy, pretty good. You should keep her. You know? Yeah, Gary. Yeah, good to meet you. Good to meet you. All right.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I got to go
It's
for
our
the
honor.
next thing. See, got to have Scott.
So we're gonna let one of the other kids go first, and we'll see if Ricky's into it. If not, we'll make sure he's taken care of. Delilah.
So that's a great car.
How many times have you been to the Ford Nationals?
It's also a lot more expensive.
2. Who brings the coolest car? Do you remember that bring a car?
Reservoir here, you can adjust the suspension,
Very good.
the dampening and so forth with this and that side, so you can adjust the 4 corners, adjustable caster camber blades, so you can do, caster, camber, also your toe and all that.
What
Much
kind of car do
bigger
you want to have when you
front
grow up?
splitter, more aggressive grill,
A GT350?
more horsepower.
A Ford? She's got the coolest accent. I just want to try.
Wheel, so there's different
So,
motors,
we're going to get you in here. So I
Alpine, spec
your
brakes.
pretty car.
These have Alpine calipers. All these things are different.
Right? Magnesium.
These are not magnesium. The Super Snake has
Oh, the Super Snake.
magnesium.
Okay.
These are, but this is all set up. This is the same kind of hood as the Super Snake. Same members, carbon fiber hood. The venting. Okay? But if you look too, it's painted off. So all the graphics, okay, and I don't want you to very hard. This is, you can't even feel it.
Oh my God.
That is too. That's not a sticker.
Oh,
That's paint.
Okay.
That's paint.
Okay.
Even the back over here, they're paint. If you look, but the other thing I want to show you is a lot of carbon fiber
Where's Barry at?
in the front.
Is Barry out here? Barry, you're cool, man. Because she came all the way up here to hang out with you.
So
She's your biggest
all
fan.
carbon
isn't she?
fiber.
okay, on the floor.
Tub here.
Carbon
Split
fiber.
back.
All right, Delilah,
It's all
we're gonna
carbon.
get the finish
You got the
started.
roll
You
bar.
got 1 minute to grab as much
Harnesses.
money out of here as you can get.
Spec race seats,
Excited?
more carbon inside.
That smile is infectious, girl.
It's got a
Ready?
Alpine brakes in the back. See? Paint.
Kick it up.
Paint.
How much weight do you think this safe?
I don't have a. We got
Come on, Delilah, you can do it.
on the wing, Trans Am spec wing.
Gotta catch it in the air, girl.
Trans Am race car.
Catch it in the air.
Got the carbon. Okay. Shelby 60th anniversary badge, carbon rear diffuser, and a side exhaust. Okay. All these things are different in the 350. So there's a lot of difference between the 350 and the
20
350.
more seconds, girl.
Right? And this is, we're advertising that we're going to go Trans Am racing next year. Right? But in a nutshell, it's a different, spring and strut package, sway bars, all that is a different animal.
This is a very different front because you need the cut here for the cover fucking part.
Yeah, but that's the same way with the 350.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's painted. In the 350. This is exposed carbon. But this design is part of the stock history.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So what do you guys think, huh?
Oh, perfect machine. It's awesome. Do you know that it's the details that it has?
A lot of little Easter eggs. Even
Wow, how
the
cool was
center
that?
caps on the wheels. Right?
Was that fun?
Color.
Yeah.
Look, it's got the new snake on it and everything. Right? Lots of little things. Here. So we've got a format here, but it's still
De carbon.
Elena.
carbon.
Oh, okay.
There's your serial number here. And that's an upgrade from the regular 350.
And it's a Patterson.
Yes, sir.
The main weight difference between this and the regular. How much?
I don't have the number for you.
But you think maybe 100, less than 100?
Probably about that. If you're looking there, it's got the GT350R logo on the seat. Wow.
Thomas.
How many colors
So
will be
I see
available
we're
for
at
this?
the truck national.
So they're factory colors. So this one, on the 350R, you can only get
Did you ride
Oxford
it or
white,
did you drive ride
the
truck?
gold, where
Oh,
you get
yeah?
Wimbledon white, which is the creamy
You
color.
rode it yesterday. That's
60.
awesome. You're rolling with the really cool ride. Really.
This way or that way? That's it. For 2025.
6 years you've been coming.
26.
You're only 7 years old. That's
The
awesome.
beginning.
What
all
kind of car
36
you want to have when you grow up? A Ford Mustang. What color?
Awesome machine.
Wow.
Glad you like it.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled you guys are
Race car ready. My kind of kid. Nice. Well, hey, we're going to get you in here. We got a minute to take all the money you get in the air. If it starts sticking to the walls of the floor,
Have your microphone. Thank you. You got me the last time. I